Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachaha Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations, much love and respect to you, Akim, out there pushing this word out in truth and sincerity. I want to start off by reading this quote. It says, you want to know the difference between a master and a beginner. The master has failed more times than the beginner has ever tried. Okay. Now, one of the things that is the most important thing, or one of the most important things in this truth when it comes to wisdom, is experience. Okay. Experience is what gives you the wisdom to understand certain things and to get a deeper understanding, because certain things you won't understand until you actually go through it. And us as younger brothers in this truth, we should be humbled by that. You should be humbled by quotes like this. You should be humbled by the experience that older brothers have in this knowledge and enduring, because this is a marathon, not a sprint. As the scriptures say, the race is not given to the swift. So don't get too big for your bridges. Don't think that you got it, because you don't got it. Okay, you don't got it. Okay, and I'm speaking to myself first and foremost, as one of the younger brothers as well. I have to glean and learn from the men that are older than me, that are over me, that are there to guide me in the spirit, and that's part of humility, which is a key factor in this truth. And I want to get first Peter's 5 in verse 5. It says, likewise, ye younger, submit yourselves unto the elder. Okay, the ones that are older than you in the spirit. It's not based upon age. Yea, all of you be subject one to another, and be clothed with humility. For the Most High resisteth the proud, and giveth grace to the humble. So the Lord is going to resist you if you have that proud spirit of, no, this man can't tell me nothing or whatever. Why do I need to listen to him? He's not Yahweh Shai. He's not the Lord. Well, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai works through men. Okay. And more often than not, he'll tell you what you need to hear through older men in the spirit, or even men that are of your peers as well. Okay. And sometimes he'll even have younger brothers as well. But for the most part, it's going to be them older brothers that's going to give you things that you need to hear, or the brothers that are your peers. Okay. Because Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai deals with order. He's not the author of confusion. So you're not going to have necessarily a younger brother constantly feeding you things that you need to hear. Well, if that's the case, then you need to check yourself, to see if you're fulfilling your role like you need to. Okay. Anyways, it says, humble yourselves, therefore, under the mighty hand of the Most High, that he may exalt you in due time, casting all your care upon him, for he careth for you. So we have to, humble ourselves. That's the only way to be exalted, is to humble yourself. The scriptures say that humility cometh before honor. So let's get Proverbs 15 and verse 33. As a matter of fact, I'll start at verse 31. It says, the ear that heareth the reproof of life abideth among the wise. He that refuseth instruction despiseth his own soul. So you're only hurting yourself when you refuse instruction. Okay. When someone who has more experience than you is giving you advice because he sees something that you might not see, and you refuse it, you're only hurting yourself. You think you're getting, you're feeding your flesh, and you're getting one up because of your ego is satisfied. But at the end of the day, you're hurting yourself, and it's displeasing to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai as well. But he that heareth reproof getteth understanding, The fear of Yahweh is the instruction of wisdom. The fear of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is the instruction of wisdom, and before honor is humility. Okay, and a lot of people don't really fear Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai because you got people who will come into this truth, man, and I've seen it, that's barely even, not even on the other side, man. Okay, trying to curse out heads of the camps, and you know what I'm saying? Brothers that have many more years, many more experience than them, trying to tell them this is how it should be. You shouldn't be moving like that. See, that's the type of thing Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai don't like. And sometimes you have to marvel at it, because I know when I was first coming in, the first thing that was in my mind wasn't to curse out a damn person. My thing, I was scared to even say Shalom on the comment board, lest I be found out that I'm not even out there doing the work yet. That was my mindset. Okay? Not to go correct a brother that's over me doing the work. So I look and I say, wow, man. Because the scriptures say put on as the elect, what is one of the characteristics of the elect? Humility, humbleness. As a matter of fact, we're going to look up that word humility in a second. Okay, this is 1 Peter 2 in verse 1. It says, wherefore, laying aside all malice and guile and hypocrisies and envies and all evil speakings, as newborn babes desire the sincere milk of the word, that ye may grow thereby. If so be ye have tasted that Yahweh is gracious. Okay, so what? As newborn babes, when you first come into this truth, you're a newborn babe. Okay, and the truth is going to come, oh, y'all, I've been listening to the truth 7 years. But that's not when you came into the truth. The way we measure about coming, of how you come to the truth, right, is the time you started to do the work. That's it. Okay, anything other than that, we don't consider that being in the truth. You got a lot of stand-byers that just eat popcorn and watch the videos, and they can understand things, but does that mean they're in the truth? No. Okay, you have to put your hand to the plow. This is how we measure it, And brothers that try to bring up, oh, y'all, I've been watching the truth since 2008, 2010. But when did you start doing the work, bro? You see, that's the thing, The human nature is you try to make yourself respected. You try to force yourself to be respected by painting yourself more than what you really are. And really, it doesn't work that way. Okay, it doesn't work that way. Okay, and I'm speaking to myself as well. It doesn't work that way. And all you brothers should take heed on that, man. Okay. It says, as newborn babes desire to, because the Lord is going to exalt you regardless, as newborn babes desire the sincere milk of the word, that ye may grow thereby. If so be ye have tasted Yahweh is gracious. So you got to start with the milk, and a lot of people, they don't even got the milk down pat, and they're trying to get deep into these breakdowns and this and that, and the deep understanding, that's fourfold, brother. That's not twofold or threefold. That's fourfold. Let me explain it to you. But they didn't even get down with the milk yet. See, with the milk, you can never fail. Okay. Anyways, I said I was gonna look up the word humble or humility. Let's look up the word humble, humility. It says humus, meaning what? Ground. Humilus, lowly. Okay? And you're supposed to give off that perception of yourself. Not in a negative way, but before the brothers, man. before the brothers, first and foremost. Because these are the great men that we are gathered with. We're gathered with the great men. How much more the men that have been tried and tested in this thing, right? How much more are you supposed to be humorless before them? Okay. I want to get that parable dealing with Yahweh Shai. Right, this is Luke 14. And I'll start at verse 7. It says, "And he put forth a parable to those which were bidden, when he marked how they chose out the chief rooms, saying unto them," right? What does it mean they chose out the chief room? I mean, they went and they put themselves in the highest position they could possibly put themselves. Okay? It says, "When thou art bidden of any man to a wedding," or we're the apostles, we're this, we're that, we're the 12, we're of the original 12, whatever. Okay? Oh, you know, they paint themselves like they're these great people. You know, they're on their high horse, so to speak. Right? It says, "When thou art bidden of any man to a wedding, sit not down in the highest room, lest a more honorable man than thou be bidden of him, and he that bade thee, and him come," right? And he that bade thee, and him come and say to thee, "Give this man place," and thou begin with shame to take the lowest room. What does this mean? The Lord will do that to you. The Lord will do that to you. The Lord will, but you could put yourself in whatever room you want to put yourself in, man. Put yourself in the chief, top, high priest, you know, whatever room you want to put yourself in. But the Lord will bring you back down to the place you're supposed to be, and that's going to be a shame unto you. Okay? It says, "And he that bade thee, and him come and say to thee, Give this man place, and thou begin with shame to take the lowest room. But when thou art bidden, go and sit down in the lowest room, that when he that bade thee cometh, he may say unto thee," right? So you make yourself of no reputation, man, as Yahweh Shai did. Yahweh Shai did that. Moses did that. It said that he'd rather suffer with his people than to enjoy sin for a moment. So he made himself of no reputation. But at the end, they both got great honor from Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. It says, "But when thou art bidden, go and sit down in the lowest room, that when he that bade thee cometh, he may say unto thee, Friend, go up higher. Then shalt thou have worship in the presence of them that sit at meat with thee." Why? Because he's going to do it before all. Okay? No, you deserve a higher seat. This man was taken from this place and brought to a higher place because he was too good for that place. Right? So that's what? That's honor. "For whosoever exalteth himself," notice he's exalted himself, okay, "shall be abased. And he that humbleth himself shall be exalted." So the one that humbles himself, instead of exalting himself, he's going to be exalted. And there's less room to lose when you do it that way. Okay? You have less to lose when you put yourself on a lower of a lower rank. Okay? Now, like I said, Yahweh Shai made himself poor for our sakes. He made himself of no reputation. The scripture said that he was despised of men. Does it not say that he was despised? Okay. And this is Yahweh Shai now. Okay, so what does that tell you? This is Isaiah 53 and verse 3. It says, he is this. Matter of fact, let's start at verse 1. It says, "Who hath believed our report, and to whom is the arm of Yahweh revealed?" Who's the right hand of Yahweh? Yahweh Shai. For he shall grow up before him as a tender plant, and as a root out of a dry ground. He hath no form nor comeliness, and when we shall see him, there is no beauty that we should desire him. Meaning what? He didn't do anything extra. He didn't how would you say this? Sensationalize himself, if you will. So anyways, let me matter of fact, let me find another version. I'm gonna read this in another version in a second. It says, he is despised, which means to be looked down upon and rejected of men, a man of sorrows and acquainted with grief. This is speaking of Yahushua. And we hid as it were our faces from him. He was despised and we esteemed him not. So Yahushua came lowly. He didn't come in a way that would get him praise of the people, or that the people desired, to make him desirable to the people. But let's look up this word comeliness. Let's look up this word comeliness first. It's not speaking about his actual look. Oh shoot, give me a second. Hello? Yes. Yeah, that's me. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, perfect. Perfect. So I'll pass by. All right, take care. Salakia. It's really some foolishness. But anyways, Salakia. So let's look up this word for comeliness, because it's not speaking about his actual appearance. All right? It's not speaking of, Yahushua was ugly. This is not what it's speaking about. It says Hadar. It means glory, majesty, right? He didn't come in he wasn't coming on a horse with the IUIC logo on it, right? The purple, he was wearing the purple and gold. No, he wasn't. Okay. In fact, the scriptures say he rode up upon an ass. Okay. It says glory, majesty, honor, beauty, comeliness, excellency, glorious, goodly. Matter of fact, let's look up the word majesty, because I think this is a good word. Oh, Slakia. I don't know what happened there. Let's back up. Okay, it says ornament, splendor, honor, ornament, splendor, majesty. So let's look up the word majesty. It says royal power. So he wasn't coming like this guy here on the right, like certain people we know on a horse. He didn't come like that. That wasn't the image that he portrayed. Royal power, authority, or dignity. Okay. Used as a title for a king or emperor or empress, your majesty, right? It says what? It says where used, the style outranks the style of highness. Okay. But is inferior to the style of imperial majesty. Okay. So in other words, it's a high, coming with a high, how would you say this? A high image. Okay. Let's put it that way. Okay. But that doesn't mean Yahushua was wearing rags like how they show either. But he just did it. He just came normal. There's nothing to attract the people to him, like these false prophets. They have a lot to attract them to them. Which Yahushua even mentioned how the wicked scribes and Pharisees, how they brought in the phylacteries, brought in the border of their garments, so on and so forth. Why? Because that's attractive to the people. That's them magnifying themselves. Okay. So that's the point on that. So Yahushua came in a lowly state. Even when that man came up to Yahushua and asked him, Oh, good master, what should I do? He said, why callest thou me good? There is none good but the Father. That is humility, and that is the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords. Okay? And this is Galatians 6:3. It says, for if a man, matter of fact, yeah, that's it. Matter of fact, I'll start at 1. It says, brethren, if a man be overtaken in a fault, ye which are spiritual, restore such an one in the spirit of meekness. So even when a brother goes off, we're supposed to restore him in the spirit of meekness. Okay? In other words, you don't have a high mentality like, oh, scum, how could he do that, right? You know, I mean, depending on how severe the thing is, obviously. But I mean, if it's something that you know that you have done before or that you can possibly do, then you need to be coming in the spirit of meekness, considering thyself, lest thou also be tempted. You see? I'm not talking about if a guy commits adultery with another brother's wife. We're not talking about that. That guy is supposed to really get cut off. Okay? It says, bear ye one another's burdens, and so fulfill the law of Hamashiach. For if a man think himself to be something when he is nothing, he deceiveth himself. And we see a lot of people, they're being deceived. Okay, the Lord is deceiving them, and the Lord will use other demons to confirm the demons that are within you. Yeah, the Lord will do that. Activate a demon in somebody else to confirm what the demon is deceiving you to believe. You see? It says, but let every man prove his own work, and then shall he have rejoicing in himself alone and not in another. And a lot of you don't even have a lot of work at all. Okay? A lot of you don't have you got a couple years, if that, you know, and you think you have a lot of work. You don't have a lot of work, man. The apostles been going in for 30-something plus years, man. Other brothers, 2 decades, are going on 2 decades, man. But you think you got it. Somehow you think you got it. You think, no, listen, man, you know, from what I heard from one of the elders told me, he said when people start to really fall off, it's really around the what do you say, the 4th or the 5th year, man. That's when they start to, that's when a lot of people start to fall off, right? So that's just like the beginning. Okay? So anyways, Lord's will with that. This was edifying to the elect. I thought this was a very good quote. I'll read it again. It says, you want to know the difference between a master and a beginner. The master has failed more times than the beginner has ever tried. So with that, I'll say shalom.